Hey. So, I've got something I need to talk about. Something that's on my heart to talk about. I came across a post this morning and it should terrify the shit out of anybody, especially in lieu of all these school shootings and just yeah, in light of all that, you definitely need to see this and hear this.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A murderer, because I like killing. My brain tells me if I like killing or not. I like killing because when I first watched my grown-up killing show, myself started to like killing, and then my brain started to like tell me what to do with killing in it. So I like murders and I like killing in my life. I'm gonna kill everybody in the world except for my family because they just didn't do anything to me. I just like killing.
So just any type of person, it doesn't matter. What about me?
Yeah.
Even me?
No, not even my teachers either.
Okay, because I'm the first person that you told this. Am I? Yeah?
So I just like killing.
So what are you going to be again when you grow up?
A murderer.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A murderer because I like killing. My brain tells me if I like killing or not. I like killing because when I first watched my grown-up killing show, myself started to like killing, and then my brain started to like tell me what to do with killing in it. So I like murders and I like killing in my life. I'm gonna kill everybody in the world except for my family because they just didn't do anything to me. I just like killing.
So just any type of person, it doesn't matter. What about me?
Yeah.
Even me?
No, not even my teachers either.
Okay, because I'm the first person that you told this. Am I? Yeah?
So I just like killing.
So what are you going to be again when you grow up?
A murderer.
Okay.
Bye.
What do you want to be when you...
Now, if you didn't hear that, because I played it twice, just in case you didn't, because I had to I wanted to listen to it, so I listened to it several times, and the person that posted this, she commented on there, as a therapist, I encourage you to talk to your kids. They have thoughts, they have feelings, they have issues too. Don't downplay stuff like this. This baby needs help now, not when he's in high school committing mass murder. And that's real. That's really real. That's so really real. What this child is elementary. This is like, this kid ain't over. He looks to be about 4 to 6 years old. Like, are you freaking kidding me? And he's watching grown-up murder shows, but like his brain tells him about how to do these murders, and he just likes killing. He loves watching murders on TV. He loves watching all these murder shows and how people got murdered and how to do it. And he just want to murder everybody because it feels good to him. It makes him feel good inside somehow. That ain't fucking normal for any human being, okay? That is more than just some psychological something. You know what I'm saying? This is a full-on, I will go ahead and say, demonic entity that hates humans. This is going to be one of those kids that like needs help now. The child needs help now. And I'm just blown away. I'm just blown away that it like starts that young. Like, there were kids I went to school with and they were obsessed with bombs and wars and guns and stuff, and like, albeit from my own experience with everybody and everybody I've encountered and stuff, you know, some of those things are like past life stuff popping back up. You know, knowledge of how these military things work and how, you know, the machines work and stuff like that. That's definitely quite possibly, you know, past life stuff. And that fades out most of the time. But as you grow older. But now this is a whole different animal. This is, he recognizes himself, and then he recognizes his brain, which is, you know, the way he's explaining it, it's the voice in his mind. It's his brain telling him. It's his brain telling him. Okay? It's not him telling him, but it's his brain telling him, yeah, this is a great idea. We love to murder. We love to murder. Like, that is not no normal. Oh yeah, that's not no normal shit. Okay. Kids ain't born loving to murder. I don't give a fuck what your fucking scripture says. Kids are not born like that. God created us He didn't create us like that. That, people, is an entity. And that's like the one thing you can call them that covers all the bases, whether it's a spirit, whether it's a demon, whatever kind of demon, all the different specifications, whatever. That is an entity. A separate entity that has come into this child in order to destroy people and has no fucking regard for the child or its spirit. Or the spirit of the child, the soul of the child. Has no regard. It's just a pawn in a game. Just an avatar. For our battles are not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities of the air. The air being spirit. Of air being the element of the mind. So come on. It's going to take more than psychological evaluation. It's going to take more than psychological meds. It's, you know, most of the time the psychological meds will like help balance the chemicals in the brain and stuff, but at the same time, on a spiritual level, they still can't stop it. They can suppress, but that it's still there. Unless it's exercised. Unless it's exercised and destroyed. So, you know, you gotta assess what's going on. This child needs past life regression, work, therapy. This child needs help. He needs an exorcism. And then the entity needs to be dealt with accordingly. And sometimes you send them back to where they go or where they came from. Sometimes you obliterate them and obliterate them from all existence. Like you just explode them and watch them explode in front of your face, knowing that they cannot or will not ever exist in any time, space, or dimension ever again. I've done both those things. I have cast demons out of people, and I've also had experience with obliterating entities. So, you know, I've also had experiences of, you know, like what it talks about in the Bible, people getting laughed at. Yeah, if your person's not ready to, if the possessed is not ready to let go, there is no help for them. Do not try to send something out of them that, don't try to send something out of them that they don't want gone. Because the condition of that person is going to be a hell of a lot worse. If you send it out and it comes back in, it's going to bring all its buddies. And then the condition of that person is going to be worse than it was in the first place. You fucked this person over. Don't do that shit. Don't play with shit you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, sit it the fuck out. Observe it. Pray about it. Whatever. But don't get involved. I've had my ex-husband's demons laugh at me. That was my first experience with that. I was like, well, let's check that experience off. We've done that. Because I wasn't sure in my identity and who I am and my authority and the authority that I walk in. So now that I'm a little bit more set in that, then I have conversations with demons and entities that people I've worked with have gotten out of the Ouija boards when they were like, what, I think he said 14, maybe a little younger. And took me to the place, showed me the corner of the room where they did the Ouija board thing and everything. And then the entity came out, spoke to me through the person. And I was like, why the hell you keep cutting his wrists? Like, I know this is just manipulation because you ain't cutting it the right way. You want to hurt him, but you don't want to, why are you hurting him if he invited you to come live through him for his protection? You're supposed to be protecting him, not hurting him, not allowing other entities to hurt him. Because there were several entities involved. Now, the one I talked to, I've got a recording. And he actually, on the recording, he left of his own accord, of his own volition. I did not cast nothing out. I was just observing and learning at this point. But he was telling me, because I'd asked, who are these other entities? Like, I understand you are separate from the other ones that want to start shit with me and feed off of anger and sexual energy and any kind of love energy that you can get off of me. What is this? And so this particular entity, his name is Noah, actually helped me to understand how to communicate better with this man, this soul person, like this human, in a way that it would not trigger his inner child and his defense mechanisms to call in those entities, because he would turn into a totally different person. And then he would go in the closet and start crying, ball up in the closet and go start crying. This is a grown-ass man. And it was his inner child. He was a little boy. He was hurt deeply as a little boy. He was molested by his dad. He was something, he had to come to terms with it. His mom had done something to him as well. And, that's really fucked up. And his mom was a huge meth dealer, meth dealer, all that. She was big in that. And so that's all the kind of people he ever grew up around. So, it's, he lived a really fucked up life. He did have a grandma that was a good spirit, good soul. His mom's mom. She was a good lady. Her spirit was there trying to help me whenever we were there at the place, because this was like after they died and their estate, and it was like we could have gotten in big trouble for being there. Yeah. So, the place had already been broke into. We didn't break in. The door was already busted in. Yeah, he was just, and I could feel her spirit there as well. And it was really difficult dealing with all this because I dealt with this person. He was a heroin addict, among other things. I dealt with this person through the murder and everything of my brother, my one and only baby brother. The last person in my family that was still alive. It was just me and my little brother left. My parents have already passed over. And so dealing with that, and then dealing with this person and his demonic entities, it was a really hard thing, because I was helping this person because I'd already got the message that my brother's mind was healed and that he belonged to love, to God, to love, to what I know as God. And I was okay. I was like, okay, I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about him. He's okay. He's going to be fine. No. They fucking pushed him over in his grave. They murdered them. Yeah, they murdered him. But so anyway, so I was dealing with that, and then I was dealing with this too, and not losing my mind. I did really well through it. I'm actually quite impressed with myself. Because, you know, there were moments when I just lost my fucking shit. You know, I'm sure the neighbors across the creek heard me screaming, heard me crying, heard me singing. You know, my brother's best friend he would sit there every night up on the hill above the house, and he would not leave there until I would come out early in the morning when I would wake up and start singing. When he'd hear me come outside and start singing in the morning, he knew I was okay. He'd fire up his truck and I'd hear him leave. He looked out after me because not only was I dealing with a hell of a lot of spiritual stuff with his heroin addict, and I took the heroin addict with me because he wanted me to help keep him sober, and it worked for a while. But after going through with my family stuff, he relapsed like a motherfucker. And so between him slitting his wrists on me and all this and that, and screaming at me, yelling at me all the time, like, I don't let nobody fucking raise their voice to me. Like, that's an instant, like, no. There's been enough people unwarrantedly yelling at me all my fucking life, and I will not tolerate that shit from no goddamn body. Okay, it was all I could do to keep from just, like, I had every right and every reason to take the lives of several people. And the opportunities. But I chose to go the higher path because their blood's not worthy in my hands. And so in dealing with all these different spirits in purgatory, that's where I grew up. The name of my family farm is Purgatory Hollow. You know, it was real growing up. Spirits everywhere, all of them. You know, I set a lot of spirits free that summer. I went outside to them during the witching hour, spoke some things in the spirit, and watched them go on to their peace. It was beautiful. Spirits of all kinds, from the plants, trees, animals, you name it. If it was a spirit in the ether or in the earth or anything around that could hear my voice, it went on to its peace, if it so chose. But yeah, so my brother's friend, he looked out for me because it was, you know, not just the spiritual stuff that was after me. It was also people coming in the middle of the night and trying to rob my brother's house and trying to, you know, do this and that and the other. And the funny thing is the people with the keys did it. So there's that. But anyhow, this is an issue. Those people are spiritually fucked up too. There's entities running their train. There is no light in their eyes. There's nothing. Our battle is not against flesh and blood, people. It's against the powers and the principalities of the air. Those are spirits. Those are entities. Those are things you cannot see, but you can definitely feel. And they can and they will move shit. They can and they will hurt you. Some are not as strong as others, so therefore, you know, people are like, oh, that shit can't hurt you. It's not real. You can't see it. Oh, fuck yeah. You ever woke up with something's hands around your neck, choking you out, while your baby's is laying next to you on the floor, on a pallet? You ever had things drag you down out your bed? Because I have, and I know others that have. So, you know, I mean, they're almost faded, but earlier this week I had a dream about almost dying. Woke up with 3 huge scratches on my heart chakra here. Scratches that my nails are done. Like, there's no hangnails, no nothing, like, none of that. There's no, you know, there's nothing on this, or it could not have reached so far down as to make those scratches. Nothing could have made those scratches I couldn't have made them anyway. So, There's only like one conclusion I can draw from that. You know, I was fighting some stuff in my sleep. Which is real for a lot of people. That too. But yeah, the fact that this child recognized that this voice is not his, you know, is huge. But he's listening to it because it seems friendly to him. It's making this murder thing sound fun and good. You know, you heard the kid. He said he just want to murder the whole world. Like, kids ain't born with that kind of hate, yo. They are innocents. They are innocents. They are pure. They are, you know. I mean, hell, he may have been a serial killer in his past life. But what spirit jumped in his body in a past life to cause him to be a spiritual killer and to enjoy it like that? What? You know? Maybe that's why it's good that these motherfuckers be sitting on death row instead of getting the death penalty. Who wants to turn them spirits loose? Nobody. You don't want them spirits running loose just to hop in another body. And there's enough wounded people out here. That's usually how they enter in. They enter in where there's a hole in your energy field, in your aura, where you've been wounded, traumatized, violated. That's usually where they come in. And that's where they set down their roots and they take up and they grow. So, yeah. But I mean, and the guy that I was working with that summer, he, like, I had respectful conversations with the entity called Noah. And then when I went back and played it like a year later, because it was traumatizing. It took a hell of a long time for me to work through the grief of losing my whole family over the past couple years, and especially the death of my baby brother was just like, that was my baby brother. Like, I felt him dying. I felt him when he died, and yet it still took them over an hour or two to call me. I know the moment he died, I felt it. But I didn't get the phone call till a couple hours later. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so, you know, my brother and I were very connected. And, yeah, yeah. My family died because they didn't listen to me. Because I know things. And when I give you a warning and I tell you, hey, if you don't do this, or if you don't take action about this, this is what's going to happen, then rest fucking assured it's going to fucking happen. And it's not because I called it into existence, it's because I see it happening already and I'm trying to tell you how to fucking prevent it. So when I got my whole family screaming at me in the spirit to do all this stuff, fix this, Mary, do this, do that, I'm like, fuck off for a minute. I'm the one that told you guys. I'm the one that warned you guys, and nobody listened. Nobody listened. And now look at y'all wanting to yell at me, telling me I got to do something about this situation and change it. I got to be the one in charge of our inheritance. And I got people threatening me and this and that and the other. I'm not giving up my life for a piece of fucking ground, dude. No. Me and my family has had some hella conversations because I'm a medium. I've always heard and spoke to the disembodied. They sure ain't dead. Their bodies are dead, but their spirits are definitely around. So that's just been a thing all my life, something that I've had to keep covered up, that I grew up in a place that did not like any kind of truth or light or anybody being different or anything like that, anybody having any spiritual or psychological gifts. They didn't want that shit around. They hated that, so I had to hide myself all those years. And even when I would go in and visit my family after I moved to Georgia and I moved away from my hometown, I would never go back in there without an escort, without somebody from the outside world, because they would just as soon kill me as look at me. And that's the honest God truth. I'm telling you, Kentucky ain't no place to go. I don't even like driving through it. Yeah. So with Noah, he was an entity. I went back and listened to the thing. He actually said he has 4 hearts. Well, how fucking big can a thing be to need 4 hearts to pump blood through it? You know? And when he said, oh, I can't wait until you get out of that beautiful body of yours and you come back to the spirit realm, it's like, I'm going to kill you. It's like, oh, yeah? Really? I doubt it. Because I'm very protected. There's a force that you don't want to reckon with that watches over me. You don't want to fuck with it. I don't know what it is other than to tell you that it is unconditional love. But if you want to be obliterated real quick, fuck with me. I wouldn't recommend it. I beg people. I see it on people when they want to do stuff to me. Please, please, please don't do this. Please, if you don't like me, just walk the fuck away. Please, if you don't like me, just walk away. Don't put no spells. Don't cast no nothing. Don't send no entities after me. Don't do none of that. Please, please don't. Because I care about you enough to tell you that those who bless me are super, super blessed. And those who curse me, you're just fucked. And it's not nothing that I do. It's just the way I've observed my life. This is a thing that I've observed in my life so many times that it is a fucking fact. There's no way around it. If you think your karma is going to be bad, think about karma squared, karma cubed, karma to the 10th power. It's like that. It's not just, oh, boop for boop. It's, oh, you booped her? Oh, boop. Oh, and boop. And boop again. That's just, I don't ask for retribution on my enemies. All I ask for is justice. All I ask for is justice. What the spirit realm wants to do with that is what they do with it. All I ask for is justice. And the best possible outcome for everybody involved. That's what I look to and pray for. And then even then spirit's like, shut your mouth. Shut your mind off. Do not pray. I don't want to hear you pray. I don't want you praying for this. Do not pray for this person. That's when you know it's serious. When I'm not allowed to pray for somebody or something, that's when you know it's serious, because God wants to do what God wants to do with it, because God loves answering my prayers. And when I say God, I'm talking about the unconditional love that has always been with me. That's my God. I don't consider, I don't know. All I know is love and Jesus. It ain't got nothing to do with Christianity. It ain't got nothing to do with them damn Israelites or none of that shit. All I know is Jesus and love. And that's it. Anything to do with those, I know it. Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, those got a lot to do with Jesus. So, and love. So that's what I know. I know they are a part of that unconditional love there's other gods and goddesses that are part of, and angels and beings that are part of that love, and I understand that. That's my understanding of my own path and my own spirituality. You can do with yours what you want. But please, please don't fuck with me. If you don't want to bless me, please don't curse me. Just walk the other way. Because shit gets real quick. And, yeah. So spiritual warfare is a real thing. Entities coming in and possessing people is a real thing. You ever notice when people drink alcohol, wine, spirits, hello, that it changes who they are? They black out after enough intoxication. They black out. And it's like a car. It's like when your buddy gets drunk enough to pass out and then somebody else has to drive it home, right? So you just shove the person over in the passenger seat and you're driving now. That's the way the entities work, you know? It's definitely, you know, it can be part of the ego as well. But, yeah, this is like, to see it at work in such a small baby, because that's like a baby to me. I'm a mother. I see that child as a baby. Like, oh my gosh. Like, you know, that's why we shouldn't normalize violence. That's why there shouldn't be games of violence. Oh, Jesus Christ, y'all. But there needs to be an awareness of this. The awareness, it needs to be brought out. Because ain't no amount of medication gonna help that baby. The day he stops taking that medication is the day that thing starts taking back over. And here he goes. Oh, you're better now, the voice will say. You don't need that medication now. You're better now. And look how good you're doing. You don't need it now. How many of you know somebody that's been a thing with in their life? They get to doing good on their psych meds, and then they think that, oh, now that they're doing good and being normal on their psych meds, that they can stop taking their meds now. Because it's so stigmatized, right? Oh, I've wanted to really shake some street preachers that I've heard that they like, all you need is Jesus. Throw out your drugs. Throw out your psych meds. Like, the fuck? I was like, you're not the one out here living with these people on the streets who need their psych meds. They really need their psych meds. It's not anything to be stigmatized. It's they need these things to help keep a balance within themselves, and to you know, because once you carve out a thought pattern, you keep on thinking something, it carves a path in your neurological pathways, and that's the same circuit it uses until it's repaired. And that's usually like the avenues that those things like to take. And that's the roads that they really like to make sure are embedded in our brains. Into our everything. So it's just like, whatever this enemy is, because damn sure it ain't for you. It's most definitely against you. It's against humanity if it's coming into a child this young and saying, oh, we like murder. You want to be a murderer when you grow up. You want to murder everybody. This is going to be great. Are you serious? Like, if you think that's not an entity that hates humanity, that is against humanity, then you're fucking full of shit. If you want to deny what you just heard and saw coming out of that child, then go on ahead and stick your head up your ass and just wait. Because that entity will come take your head out your ass and stick itself up in there. And then you're going to be all set, buddy. Yeah, this is not for the weak-minded. This is not for the blind. This is for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. You know, this is a warning. This is a call to action. We need to talk to our children. We need to, I've always talked to my children. Well, not now, not in the past, like since they've been really fucked up spiritually by their dad's family. But when I was in their life, yeah. Have I cast demons out of my children? Yeah. Have I done, have I taken my children to psychiatrists when they need it? Yeah. We do it both. It's not one or the other. We treat with both. And just from personal experience, the psych meds didn't really help. They didn't help my son. But whenever I cast the darkness out of my children when they needed it, the light in their eyes came back. You know, when my kid said, "Mom, there's something in my room. There's something in the closet. I feel something." You wanna know what Mom did? I went and I cast that shit out of that room, out of my house, in the name of Jesus. I put up hedges of protection and called in extra angels to protect my children while they sleep. And to protect my home. And myself, of course. You know, this is real. Just because science can't... science is starting to prove it. Go check out some quantum physics. Science is getting to the point where they're starting to prove it. Spirit science used to be a thing, and then that poor guy, he got all wrapped up with some kind of damn religious spirit from Christianity and denounced everything he did. Just like, I think her name's Doreen Virtue, did the same thing. She was an amazing clairvoyant, amazing prophet, reader. I read cards. And she's even got decks out. And then she got with this guy, and he had her denounce everything. And like, that's a religious spirit. It ain't got nothing to do with Jesus, y'all. Jesus don't fuck with that. It's binding. Religion is binding. Jesus just said to love. Love yourself and love one another. What is love? What does love feel like? Well, figure that out for yourself. What is self-love? You know? What makes you feel love? It's like that. But yeah, so spiritual warfare is real. We gotta start catching these babies, because look at what's happening. Look at what like, I ain't even been able to look at it. I'm an empath, and I don't even, it's popping up in my YouTube feeds, videos about the shootings and the murders, at the schools and stuff in Texas and stuff, and like, I can't even watch that shit. All I can do is send love and prayers right now, because I will get lit about it, and I'm not ready for that yet. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that situation. It's already done. But what can we do for this little boy on this video and others who are like him? We got to pay attention to our kids. We got to get educated on spiritual warfare and know what the fuck we're doing and with what authority we're doing it with. You won't see devils going around casting out other devils. That's why you don't see very many exorcisms in the Catholic Church. Well, I mean, really, you don't see them casting out all these priests that molest all these kids. They don't cast them out. They just move them to a different parish and let them keep doing it. Why? You ever ask yourself why? I'm not saying it's not an avenue to find the truth and the light through. You can find the way of love through damn near just about any path you take. You know, you might be on the wrong path, but you're going to see. If you're on the wrong path, then you'll be able to see the right path. You know? I'm good on time. And, I'm going on 40 minutes on this, though. But it's important. It's super important. So super important. I've seen it in small children. I've had demons argue with me from the body of 2, 4-year-olds. Just wear me out with it. I've been in some really evil situations and really evil relationships, and I'm telling you, you learn a lot. You learn a lot. They were all great for learning. Great learning experiences, for sure. But, man, maybe they should put a little more caffeine in that tea. I'm exhausted because I've been putting out a lot of energy into these videos. I've been putting out a lot of energy into other things, in the process of preparing somebody to be set free from some witchcraft that was put on them. And, you know, sometimes they get so used to it and they get scared. And then, you know, when the other person who put it on them starts feeling their grip loosening, then they double up with some stuff. That's alright. Because my shit trumps your shit. Like, yeah, dude's going down. And especially when you do things against women and children, that's when the universe comes back hard. All these motherfucking Russians over there raping the hell out of these Ukrainian women and little girls. Why the hell is nobody stopping that? Do you not understand? Like, there's an out and out war on women right now. There is a war on the feminine divine between what's going on there, between them trying to reverse Roe versus Wade, between them trying to, what else was it that I saw that was going on? Oh, that's what I want, and I'm gonna make a whole nother video about it, because that's what I was gonna make a video about before I saw the little boy and that. But these fucking filters, dude. You just have to going on 45 minutes. I'm getting ready to make a video about that. So check it out too. I'm probably going to call it The War on Women. This is going to be called, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I put it in when I put it in there. When I upload it. So yeah. Yeah. Oh Lord have mercy. We gotta get these babies before they're grown. We got to. If you see your kid has a thing for killing cats, for killing little animals, your pets, being cruel or mean to your pets, you need to get that child checked. Because that ain't natural. It ain't natural. Children are not born evil. I don't give a fuck what your damn Bible says. They're not. They come straight from God. We all come in with a clean slate. Our memories from our past lives may not be entirely swept clean, but I'm telling you, as far as I'll have a new body, I'll have a new life, you get one. And yeah, you carry things with you from your past lives, but you're not born inherently evil. That's a lie of the devil. Don't believe it. Something comes in. Whether it comes in the womb, whether your mother practiced dark magics while you were in the womb, while, if your people were possessed with different demons, whatever. There's a whole array of shit that could be going on here. But a child don't start out evil. It's environmental factors. It's the spirit of the person. God didn't create no murderers. So, there you have that. Check in with your kids. Check in with their friends. If you got your kids' friends coming over to play and stuff, watch them. Don't be on your Facebook and shit. Watch how they interact with each other. Watch what your kids are picking up. Watch what the other kids are picking up. This is not no game. This is not no game. Make sure your kids ain't getting molested by other kids. Keep your eyes on your kids. Make sure they ain't getting bullied. Make sure you sit down and explain. Do your research. Figure out how to talk to the kids about this. If you don't know how to talk to your kids about it, fucking do the research. It's out there. Just Google it. Google got everything. Got lots of stuff on everything. So, you can find your on what works for you and your family. But do the thing. Right now, all I can do is pray for my kids. Which, that's a hell of a lot. Because I'm a praying woman. The Lord likes to answer my prayers. You know what? The last prayer, God, Spirit came to me and said, hey, you need to pray for your kids. You need to pray for the safety of your kids. I was like, oh, fuck. What's their fucking family doing now? Because, my family did. So they live with their dad's family. Their dad and his family. His parents and stuff. And, I was like, this was back in December. Beginning of December. Right around my younger son's birthday. God said, pray for your kids. Pray for their protection. I was like, oh my God. Because I know how unhealthy their daddy is. I know his demons. And I know how they all work. I know his family's demons. I know how they all work. I studied them all for 10 plus years. Living with them. How could I not know them, right? And so I prayed. I prayed for the protection of my kids. I prayed for extra angels to be sent. I prayed for my children to be able to see the truth. And, I asked for Christmas pictures so I could have new pictures of my kids to put in my phone and for my background and stuff. About 2 weeks after Christmas, I get a mugshot of their daddy dated for Christmas Day. What the fuck happened? Nobody wants to tell me a goddamn thing. All I know is that my sons were working in the logwoods with their dad. They felt like he was trying to hurt them and make it look like an accident. There just so happens to be insurance policies his mother has on both of my children, on all of my children, on all her grandkids. She got that Gerber Life insurance. And I think that was after their pa had a stroke. And somehow or another they blamed that on me. Then I sent bad juju. No, I didn't. I'm not the one with the Ouija board under my bed, and I'm not the one who works with evil entities to get what I want, to control and manipulate things. So I'm not the one constantly arguing with the poor man who busts his ass to make sure the whole family's provided for. I've always got along with him. What I told my ex-mother-in-law is what her parents came to me and told me to tell her. If you don't stop abusing these children mentally and emotionally, then we're coming to get you. And it took me about 2 months to deliver that message. They had to come back to me and tell me to do it again. And that was the year before. So I didn't have nothing to do with that. If anything, it's my prayers that's keeping the man alive. It'll be my prayers and my Reiki and the Reiki that comes through me being sent to him, that'll be what brings him out of it. Okay? So, yeah. So, and anyway, so I come to find out, not only was that, but there was, there was some other serious thoughts about him putting my daughter in danger, and that's the only way I'm gonna put that. And so my younger son wound up fighting him on Christmas Day, throat punched him and everything. He went back to jail. He's gonna stay there because it violated his parole. So he's ward of the state again, which is pretty much what he's been since I left. So, karma has its way of working things out, and so pray over your kids. Ask for divine spiritual help with your kids. Ask for protection. Because when you ask, you will receive. You seek, the answer. If you ask, the answer will be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and the door will be open. So, yeah. So all I can do right now for my kids is pray for them, because they are convinced that I'm evil. They've been convinced by the evil one that I'm evil. Which blows my mind. Like, how the fuck are these my kids? They knew the truth before I let them go stay with their dad's family. How could they forget? I know how Jesus feels. Now I know how the feminine divine feels. I know how Mother Goddess feels now. And, yeah, I definitely know. Hell, I know how my own mother felt now. To be the amazing woman that she was, and for Dad to contaminate how we looked at her and how we treated her with his evil and his hatred for her light. Don't get me wrong, when my dad was my dad, he was good, he was light. But whatever entities he obtained between purgatory and Vietnam, it was some evil son bitches. Evil. Like murdering son bitches. Like our lives were in danger more than once. Hell, he finally went to jail that time for putting a gun to Mama's head. So, it ain't been all sunshine and roses, y'all. But by God, I'm still fucking here. And the reason why I'm still fucking here is because the connection I got with the ones I got connection with. I'm connected with Jesus. I don't know what the else to tell you, but that's who I'm connected with. That's who I'm staying connected with. I don't fuck with Christianity. I don't fuck with this Yahweh God that the Israelites had, because like you do your research and you get to reading, well, if God is love and this Yahweh did all this, then none of these things are love. It's narcissistic monotheism, patriarchy shit, and they took the goddess out of it. How the hell do you get? Yeah, how do you get? It takes two to make one. It takes two to make one. If that's the design of it, and if we're created in His in the image of God, then are we not God, goddess, and God children? Hello. Anyway, yeah, go get yourself educated on some spiritual warfare. Get your weapons ready, because shit's already got real. It's been getting real for a long time, and it's fixing to get even more real. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end that because I've already almost hit an hour. Damn it, I didn't mean to, but hey, it just happens. So you hear them babies out there? Go play with your babies. Watch who you let watch your babies. Shit's real.